Hey. You want to say hello? I have him for a few more days. Can you imagine getting sued for copyright infringement because you cooked a cheeseburger? McDonald's is suing you. I am DMCA. Can you imagine getting sued for copyright infringement because you cooked a cheeseburger? McDonald's is suing. You may not understand how it works or all the pieces yet, but it'll become more apparent, right? Cake Man, like, as you said earlier, you understand more and 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 more. Where'd my mouse go? I found it. And more and more and more. And more, and more, and more, and more. Oh boy, why is it stuck today? Up on me. Don't give up on yourself. You can be kind of whiny, but that's okay. No one's perfect. Not
Yo,
me.
my thing is freaking out, and I can't figure out why. What did I break?
Up on me.
No, it's not playing at all.
Don't give up on yourself. You can be kind of whiny.
How's it going?
But that's
Artie.
Okay. No one's perfect, not like me.
Now I'm just not hearing it. Oh, there it goes. For some. It's like super delayed for some reason. I think I'm gonna restart OBS on my on my computer. Let's do that. Let's go here. Oh, of course, I have no camera. Let's go here. I could say hi with my hand. Hi. Yeah, IQ is our shorthand. I think that's fine. You could do both, I guess, if you really wanted to. Alright, let's try this again. This thing's so complicated, this scene.
Let's watch it again in even slower frame by frame motion.
And there, it didn't work. Why is it not working? You know what? I'm gonna have to put it on. I'm gonna move it to Stream Elements. That's what I'm gonna do. I always have to move stuff to Stream Elements to fix it. Overlays. New. Oh, that's not my account. Hold on. Let's go to my account. New overlay. 1080's fine. Static. Glitch. Wave.
Really?
Oh, that's not gonna work because it's a wave file. Wave files in OBS seem to be struggle bus. The video works. Maybe I gotta do media action instead of toggling the visibility on it.
Oh, of course. Then you bring me the best weapon I have possible to reach right now. Thank you. Wrecked.
Let's do media action instead. Where is it? Twitch? No. OBS. Set media source. Set media state. We want you. This one's play. Duplicate. Pause. Have you ever noticed that MP3s don't always go to monitor? Yeah, it's not just MP3s. It's every media file, media source. Moving them to a browser source overlay actually fixes it. Hey, Scap. Static glitch.
Target spotted. That's how you do it. Target spotted.
I have issues with everything. See, it just turned it on and then turned it off. Something's still turning it off. Delete. Delete.
Target spotted.
What's turning it off? You.
That's how you do it. Target spotted. That's how you do it. Target.
Copy. Paste. Delete. Beautiful. That should work. I have issues with everything. I don't know what's going on with that, but alright, I changed them all. Let's turn it on. Yeah, see, it's still not monitoring, right?
Dude, you gotta get right up on him.
Rebecca.
Okay, glitch in.
All the
Play.
grenades.
Pause.
Yes. Thank you.
Glitch out. Play. Pause. Oh, when I hit test, it is not happening. I may actually have to move it to. It's fine. We'll leave it. It's no big deal. I'll fix it later. But I think we're going to have to move it to a browser source. That's the fix, Artie.
Don't forget support. Don't forget to go support our...
It really bothers me. I worked so hard on this. Okay, we hear it now. Alright, I gotta grab my GameCube. And now it's still not. It still doesn't work. It still doesn't work.
Antidote, 6 vials. 6 vials. Ooh, 5 vials, sorry. 5 and 5? Shit, we'll count afterwards. 5 and 5.
Sad. I really want it to work.
Please, anything? Yes.
Yeah, it's not actually working.
Only got 1 bullet left. I've got like no health.
Oh, I fixed it. So it has to be playing. It can't be stopped. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I think I fixed it.
Proper
Yeah, I did.
sitting.
Cool.
Good like posture.
Okay. Sorry, I'm OCD. I need to fix everything right away.
That's alright. That's alright. We're doing so much better now, though. Like every.
Okay. Let me come say hi. It's blazing hot in my room, so I'm gonna get real sweaty. So, pit check. It's already started. How's it going? Thank you for lurking. Thanks for hanging out. Let me get my GameCube, and I'll start the YouTube recording. This shirt is going to be drenched by the time I'm done. I'll have to change shirts halfway through. But that's okay. Everybody have water? Two portable units. I'm sure the air will come on at some point. So I'm going to try and get the soldering done before that happens so we can have good airflow in here. So today, I'm going to be modding my GameCube. Well, I'll tell you in a second because I don't want to waste my words when I need to say it again for YouTube. Hold on. It's a little dusty. We're gonna have a chance to clean it, so that's good. I want to do there's like a fan mod you can do for this. I'd like to do that at some point too. All right. How's that music level? Is that okay? All right, I gotta get some of these stuff here. This might actually be too close. Let's check. Yeah, it's a little close. All right. Let's give this a start. So if you guys haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, it's FixSunIt. FixSunIt. I might change it to FixSun. Maybe. Probably not. I'll link it in the chat. If you guys could subscribe, that would be really helpful. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello. I use this channel to archive and edit my live streams on Twitch where I mod and fix old electronics and game consoles mostly right now. Let's go to my channel. I'll get you guys a link. Paste. If you guys would subscribe, that would really help me out. So, I have I'm going to be modding and fixing some other consoles to sell eventually on eBay, mostly PlayStation 1s. I was originally going to sell this guy, which we recapped last week. The problem is the Genesis 2, this is an early model, Genesis 2. They're a little finicky, right? And this one has a problem with when you have the 32X plugged in and you try to play Sonic and Knuckles, it keeps rebooting. Now, Sonic and Knuckles will work without the 32X. All 32X games that I've tested have worked. So nothing seems to be completely actually like broken with the console other than in this weird specific circumstance where you try to use Sonic and Knuckles plus the 32X. So that means for somebody who doesn't mind pulling the 32X out to play Sonic and Knuckles, this would still be a very good console, but I just don't feel good about selling it. It's completely recapped. I was going to triple bypass this console if the recapping fixed the 32X issue, but it didn't. So rather than wasting the mod chip on a console that has a semi-flaw, and I think it's just a flaw with the design on this revision motherboard with the CPU. So my suggestion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to triple bypass either my main Genesis or I have another one of these. It's the VA0, which has no problem with the 32X and Sonic and Knuckles. Doesn't have that issue. So what I might do is just save this for a giveaway rather than selling it. Somebody who would get some use out of it. Maybe we'll do a giveaway here with our communities at some point. So I have a pile of stuff that I'm going to be doing for giveaways. So I'm going to put this in with that. There's also a a Game Boy Macro that I have to mod. We're going to do a giveaway for that. And we'll hopefully do a PlayStation 1 with the next station some point down the line. So this is going into the giveaway pile, and I'm not going to sell it on eBay because I just don't feel good at all about giving away or about selling a console for profit that has a flaw like that. So this one's not going to be for sale. I do have 3 Sony PlayStation 1s that I'm going to mod with the next station. 2 of them will be selling on eBay at some point. So that's going to be coming up in the future as well. But today we are going to be doing the PicoBoot for the GameCube. So I have the Raspberry Pi Pico and my GameCube. It's a little bit of annoying, huh? Trying to get you guys a decent angle on this stuff, but it's a little hard with this camera and all my stuff on the desk. Let me raise this up a little bit. Well, hopefully that's not too awkward. Yeah, so this is my GameCube. It's pretty decked out. The only mod we're going to have to do later is the fan upgrade. So I haven't done that yet, but I'm not too annoyed with how loud the fan is on the stock GameCube. I got some yellowing on this port that we could probably try to fix at some point in the future. And I do want to do that new mod, the Laser Bear. Oh shoot, I forgot the other guy. Anyway, there's a controller board replacement mod. It's just a drop-in, and you can hook up Bluetooth controllers to it and wired controllers. You just swap the board out, which I'd be interested in doing. So, yeah, I've got the Game Boy player. This is my EverDrive. And, yeah. So, let's take the Game Boy player out and start getting this set up for modding. This mod shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't take too long. I say that now. I just need a flathead screwdriver. Pops out. This is actually a full-on Game Boy Advance in here. It's crazy. We'll set that aside. We're going to need a GameBit driver. I don't know which one. Probably this one. Yep. There's going to be a ton of screws today. Nintendo consoles are like notorious for having ridiculous amount of screws. So GameCube is cool. Yeah. I have some stories I could tell about the GameCube and the whole thing. my history with the GameCube. I've owned multiple GameCubes. When I was younger, my girlfriend at the time, she didn't have a game. It wasn't GameCube. I had a GameCube, and I think I had a Wii at the time. And there was a game, Hellgate London. Does anybody remember that game? So the nice thing about this mod that I'm doing is that it will run games from a micro SD card, which I'm going to show you. I have to pull that out anyway. So this right here is a SD to SP2. So this is serial port 2 on the GameCube. And it lets you put an SD card, micro SD card, into this port, which can be read from a program called Swiss. So you just have to boot into Swiss. Now, in order to boot into Swiss, I use an action replay and a memory card to SD adapter, and then you can load the Swiss file off the SD card adapter. But with this mod we're going to be doing today, I won't need this disk, and I won't need the micro SD memory card adapter. I will only need this, the SD to SP2, which is great. I won't have to have a memory card with an SD card sticking out of the front of my console anymore. I can still use it. You can actually use it with this mod, but this is kind of valuable, so I'd rather not leave it in here, and I don't want to wear the laser down just booting the console over and over again to get into the SD card. So the mod we're going to do will let me play original games when I want to on the optical disc and load them from the SD card as well. So it's a pretty cool mod. Let me set that somewhere where it won't get damaged. Okay, we've got all of our... Let me also put this over here. Screws out. We can lift that off. Yeah, this is a cool mod. The Raspberry Pi Pico is super inexpensive. So, as a mod chip goes, this is a pretty good one for a price. No, it's not too dirty. Some dust around the fan. We'll get that cleaned up. So I've never taken this apart before, so I'm a little surprised at how clean it is inside, to be honest. I expected it to be a lot dirtier than this. So we're going to unplug this power board. This is the fan first. As well. Let's put all these game bit screws together. There's so many screws in this thing, it's absurd. But yeah, so back to my story. Hellgate London came out, and my friends and I all wanted to play Hellgate London together, and I only had enough money for one copy for me. This story. Oh, it's so disorienting trying to figure out which way to point this thing. I wonder if I can give you a better angle from like this side. That's a little better, I guess. Yeah. So Hellgate London came out. We were all very excited because, you know, Diablo. And I wanted to get a copy so that my girlfriend at the time, or was she my fiance at the time? I can't remember. Anyway, my ex-wife, who I was dating at the time, we needed to get her a copy of the game, and I had a Wii, but I didn't have a GameCube. I mean, I had a Wii and I had a GameCube, and I felt like it was a little redundant to have a GameCube and a Wii. Of course, I was dumb at the time. I had still been in the mindset of trade-ins, so we went to GameStop and I traded in my GameCube for a copy of Hellgate London. So stupid. I ended up buying this GameCube later to replace the one I traded in because I regretted it, obviously. And we probably played Hellgate London for like 2 months or something. So it was a little bit of a waste. Yeah, I lost a lot of consoles, and mostly consoles. I didn't like trading in games. So I kept all my games, but I didn't like trading. I would trade in consoles over the years, especially when I was younger. I lost a lot of the games. My parents would do this thing where they would suddenly decide to have a garage sale and get rid of my stuff. Scap!
Ooh. You went Sunny.
Thanks, Scap. Peasy and 50 months. We're old men now. We could have like 20 children in that amount of time. Thank you, Scap, for the sub. Appreciate it. They would throw my stuff. Oh yeah, the story. Right. You want me to finish the story, huh? Let's take the fan out. Maybe I am too close for the disassembly. I could get closer for the soldering. Real without you. Well, most of the disassembly is done anyway. We just gotta get these 3 screws out. So I would come home from school and they would have had a garage sale, and they would sell all my stuff and keep the money. They would just decide that I don't need it anymore because I'm too old or something. Or they would force me to give it away to like a cousin or something. When I wanted a Super Nintendo, I needed to give my there's a couple more screws actually. I missed one here. I needed to give my Atari 2600 to my cousin. So with the screws out, I can just kind of pull up and get the optical off. And now we're down to the GameCube mainboard. This is where we might run into our first potential snag. I got to get this heatsink off. And that is a somewhat dangerous endeavor. Where can I put you so that you get to see everything? So pulling this off is a little bit dangerous because there's thermal pads underneath. I don't know if I have good replacement thermal pads if they break. So we really want them to not break. That would be ideal. Now, one method after you get the screws out is to kind of wiggle it back and forth until it comes off. But I've seen that still end up ripping the pads, which we don't want. So I'm going to try a method where I kind of lift the wider side here. I'm going to do both. I'm going to wiggle it a little bit So let's get these screws out. Yeah, so I would end up coming home and all my stuff would be gone. The most heartbreaking one was my Ninja Turtles action figure and G.I. Joe action figure collection. I came home one day and everything was gone, and I had like all the Ninja Turtle figures, the soft head ones. They're worth so much money now, it's insane. So that's fun. I still have my comics. Thankfully, they didn't ever get rid of my comics. So I have my whole comic collection, my Marvel Masterpieces cards, a lot of that stuff. I have all of that, which is nice. Spider-Man cards. But yeah, I would come home and my stuff would be gone. So I count that as theft. I was robbed. So I still consider that I own those games. Okay, let's try. I think I can pull this out now. Does this come out? Alright, I'm going to just try getting the heatsink off first. Let's wiggle a little bit. Try and loosen those pads. And then see if I can get them off in one piece. I did! This one's still on there, but that's fine. These are all... Oh, I don't have to replace them. Woo! Awesome. Awesome. Alright, did I miss a screw? Why is this having trouble coming out? The power supply underneath. That's why. I gotta pull it from that side first. There's a connector for the power supply underneath. That's what happened. Alright. We have a disassembled GameCube, and I didn't tear... I mean, there's a little bit of damage on the corner of this one, but that's nothing to worry about at all. Oh boy. Now we get to set up for soldering. Really, the hard part is over. I say that, but there's still a lot I guess could go wrong. So let's open the PicoBoot up, and I guess first thing we need to do actually now is set up the PicoBoot. So if I go here, real quickly, I'll just do this. PicoBoot GameCube. Let's go to the GitHub. Your parents decided... Oh, wait. You know what? We should be hearing you guys. Let me restart this. Somebody type something in the chat so we can see if this works. I'm like, My parents decided I was going to be a killer if they didn't throw in my TMNT VHS tapes, including the special bird. Aw, dude. Should I grab my TMNT movie VHS tape? When you guys get a chance, just type anything at something. Something. Okay, so it's not working.
This is a test message.
Are we not connected to Twitch? Connect to Twitch. No, we are. No, this is this. Try again.
아우티암 회복세드 AGA8N
Perfect. So much low end. It's weird. Thank you. Now I won't miss chat. So that's good. Okay. We need to... I know I need to plug in...
I have to grab a quick shower BBL.
I'm going to have to do that later, too, before I go to the gym. So I know we're going to plug this in. We're going to hold the button down to program it, but... README? Do I need the README? No? Okay, I guess let's pull up the Macho Nacho video. And that's the soldering. We want to do the PicoBoot first.
And download the firmware file called PicoBoot.uf2.
Okay. Assets? No. No. What?
Now grab the Pico. To do that, my desktop. Wires to the Pico and locate and download the firmware.
Oh, okay. It's on the side. Save link as. Just put it on the desktop for now. All right.
File called PicoBoot.uf2 while plugging it into the computer through the USB micro port as shown.
Yeah, and that should install it. So we'll do that. Okay.
This will then automatically show up on the computer as a mass storage device. And then simply drag and drop the firmware we just downloaded onto the Raspberry Pi Pico, and it should automatically eject itself.
Beautiful. That's so easy. This is like the easiest mod. Automatically ejected. Pop it out. Okay, so let's now get set up for soldering. Damn, that's so fast. This is got to be the easiest mod chip. I mean, yeah, like one you have to solder for sure. Super easy. Okay, let's reset you back to... where we had it. Okay. Now for the fun part. Micro soldering. So let's get some solder. Some flux paste. A soldering iron. Plug the soldering iron in. I gotta go some water for the sponge. We don't really need a fume extractor for this. The solder's gonna be so fast. All right. Let's get some more exciting music going, huh? Something more exciting. All right. Soldering music. I need wire. Some wire. I don't think we need the soldering mat. I also have this enameled wire, but we'll hang on to that. We don't need it. Not for this. What I do need, though, is wire stripper. Wire stripper acquired. Okay, we need the diagram. Let's see. Assets. Wiring diagram. All right, we'll start on the... Let's see if we got the same color wires that they suggest. Let me add this here so you guys can see it. So that's the soldering we need to do to the board. So what colors do we have? I've got ground. So we need a ground cable, so we'll use black for that. I've got a black cable. Oh, this thing came all unspooled. Terrible. There we go. That's better. Let me get some scissors. Actually, I have a knife here. How long do these cords need to be? So I believe we're going to be soldering kind of like this chip and these right here. And then the cords need to just kind of go... Oh! I know what I forgot. I have a 3D print I need to do. That'll only take a minute. Hold on. Okay, let's do that. 3D print. Let's see. Desktop. No. Oh, I gotta put it. Actually, I have to put it into Cura. So let's do that real fast. While that loads, let's figure out the colors. So we want a black cable for ground. I guess I could just make them kind of long and then trim them after the fact. This is probably the ground. I don't know. That's probably long enough, huh? Then we want a tan-ish tan. There's a brown cable here. I'm just going to make them the same color as the diagram so that I can just follow it and be faster. So there's a brown and a red, so we need like a purple and a blue. Purple and blue are right there together. roughly the same size. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cables, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we have our cables ready. Put that away. Alright, let's get this 3D print. Where is... There is. There's a remix stand? Maybe I should print both of them. I don't know what the difference is. Let's print both of them. Normal's fine. Let's slice it. 15 minutes to print. That's pretty fast. Save the disk. Let's do the SD card. Let's eject the SD card. It did. Alright, let me go start this print. Printer was misbehaving. I had to restart it twice. Otherwise I would have been back like instantly. Okay. Let's get you guys a good view of what's going on. It's not terrible, right? Okay. Q-tips. Let's start this process, huh? Let's turn the soldering iron on. Oh boy, so there's so much stuff going on with these soldering streams. It's kind of nuts. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is maybe clean up the board a little bit. Prep it for a little bit of solder. I'm just going to use this cheap solder paste flux. Not paste, but what is it? Paste flux. Oh, it is paste flux. And I've got some 0.8 millimeter solder wire, Wizotech. Okay, so the first 2 points we're looking at is right here. I feel like we should make this smaller. We'll just put it there for now. We can move this down. So we're looking at this point, these 2 points. I need to bridge them. So I guess I could do that with the ground wire itself. And the ground wire is our black wire. So I have the black wire. Let's strip it. Here it is stripped. I'm going to dip it in the flux paste. And I'm going to take some flux paste and just kind of prep the area a little bit. Make sure our soldering iron is clean. Heat it up a little bit and then try to add a little bit of solder. So that bridged those. We need more solder for the wire. That looks good. And then we're going to put our first wire here. It seems a little high up. There we go, that's better. And I might have overshot, yeah, I overshot the wire a little bit. It's touching that other pin. There we go. How's that look? Let's clean that up. It still looks like it might be touching, huh? I think it frayed out. So solder's not behaving, so we need more flux. Alright, is that still bridged? Looks a little too close to this other pin for my liking. You know what? I'm going to shorten this wire. I think it's just too long. So let's add some more solder. Now we just need to bridge these two. Get the wire on there. Easier said than done, huh? Wow, it keeps wanting to go to that other pin. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. That looks even better. Let's clean it up. It's tiny, guys. It's so tiny. It's absurd. That'll work. Nothing's bridged except for the two pins that we want to be bridged. Right here are these two. You can't really see my mouse, but that's okay. So we've got a red wire and a pink wire. So I'm going to separate the red wire off. Let's do the pink and the red. I guess I'm using purple. Yeah, we're going to use purple. Purple one first. Purple wire. All right. Scissors. Okay, so let's strip purple wire. Try not to strip off too much this time. Dip it in the flux paste. We're going to tin it. Get some solder. Wire is tinned. Okay, so the next one is the purple one. So that is use these scissors to help me guide this. So that's this guy right here. So we just solder the wire there, and this wire is still, even though I made it shorter, it's still too long. These things need to be tiny. All right, let's re-tin that. Okay. Now let's add some solder. I should probably get a smaller tip, but this one will work. It's just... I think we need to come from this angle, which means I'm going to have to turn this so I can get at it better. We're going to take this and kind of bend it so that I have an easier time getting it in there to solder. I might get some tweezers. Okay, let's get a little bit of flux paste. More. Let's actually tin the pad, double check again. It is 2 up. So this guy. Let me give you guys a better view. So we need to tin this guy here. Maybe? Okay, well, it's got fresh solder on it. That's what matters. Let's try this without tweezers first. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Beautiful. Okay. Next one is going to be this red one, which is 2 pins up. So that's that guy. So while we've got some flux, let's just tin it. And this is going to be the red wire. So we will strip. Strip. Try to get just enough on the tip there so that it will not bridge anything. Let's tin it, not over the board. It still seems that's going to be too long now because I kind of, when I was tinning it, burnt back the casing. Let's cut it down. Real tiny like. All right. I thought this was going to be the easy part. There we go. That's a little more clear. Okay. Oh, this board wants to move like all over the place. I feel like we need a little bit more solder. That seems pretty good. Almost burnt my finger. Okay. Now we need to tin the legs of this chip to use. So we're going to add some flux paste to this side of the chip and the third leg on this side. Just get a bunch on there. So leg number 2. Oops. It's okay if it bridges. So we'll just clean it up. Okay, some fresh solder on there. This wire is our brown wire. See, is that going to be too long? Probably. After we tin it all out. Trim it as per normal. Is that too small? No. Alright, let's see if we can tack it down. I really should have switched to a smaller tip. Oh, we're looking at the wrong chip entirely, aren't we? Yes. Do you think that connection is going to hold? It feels pretty good. Okay, we'll try that. And then our last wire is this blue wire. Okay, let's turn this around. That's so big. It's so... Okay, let's trim it. Just compared to the leg on the chip, it's massive. Okay, so number 3. See how much... every time I try to solder it, it like peels the plastic back. Okay, let's inspect. Okay. I don't think that one's bridging. Let's go from a different angle here. Yeah, it looks okay. Let's get the blue wire kind of out of the way. Okay, I think we did it. Wow. Let's clean it up. You know, a lot of these videos, people doing this stuff, they make it look so easy. But it is tiny. It's so tiny. Like, so tiny. Roses. Okay. Okay, I'm getting lost. We could turn this. Oh, wait, no, we can't turn the soldering iron off yet, actually. I have to solder the cables to the other end. But what we're going to do is put the console back together. Oh, I got to heat shrink this too. Okay, I'm going to clean up a little bit so we don't end up with stuff everywhere. Be right back. And our 3D print is done. Perfect. So let's reassemble the console. Let's figure out which one of these we're going to use. I have to clean out. Let me get some flush cutters. Oh, it's so hot in here. Holy crap. Good thing the soldering's almost done. Put the air on. Okay, so this, the 3D print, has some screw holes here, but they need to be cleared out. I could burn it out with the soldering iron. I may have to. Oh, no, I just burnt the plastic on that one. Never mind. Let's just use this one instead. And not try to burn it. I've had a smaller tip that might have worked better. There we go. That one is clear. It's a good thing I printed 2 of these. Wish this had printed without that stuff in the hole. What can you do? This is just a little mount for the Pico board inside the GameCube. We don't actually have to use this. I just want to. I wonder if I can print it so it doesn't print with that crap in there. Alright, let's see if the Pico board still fits in there. It does. Kind of. Kind of, sort of. You know, I don't think I can. Well, maybe one of the screws will fit, but this is a tight fit. Damn. I wonder why it printed badly. There's just some crap in here still. Oof. Burning plastic. Not a great smell. Oh, I can always print a new one later. They only took like 5 minutes to print. Try and change the settings. Maybe I have to do like a draft version instead. If it was just a little deeper, it would work. Hey, thanks for the follow. I think I'm gonna have to reprint this and try to do a lower quality or something. Let's see if it'll screw in. I think this is too big. Yeah, that's definitely too big. What kind of screws does this even take, huh? Let's do Thingiverse. So next we're going to solder to the Pico itself. Just want to see what kind of screws I need for this mount. M2 5mm. M2 12 6 4 2 1.2. I don't have M2 5. M2 6. M2 8. What? Alright, well let's at least shrink wrap the cables together. I'll worry about mounting it. I can just use double-sided tape for now. I might be able to get away with the M2 6 size. So I'll try that. Let's open this heat shrink. Oh, it's so hot. Maybe this one? M3, M3, M3. These are all M3 screws. What's in you? M4, M3, M3, M6. M6, M6, yeah, I don't have M2. M2 5? Everything but. Of course. Everything but what we need, right? Guess the mount isn't meant to be. Let's do the heat shrink. Maybe a couple pieces of heat shrink would be better. So we'll do this one first. I guess I should grab a lighter. That would make this faster. This is really just to protect the cables anyway. That's good enough. That's probably enough, actually. I probably don't need another one. Let's see if these M26 screws will work, and if they don't, then I'm giving up on the mount. I'll just use double-sided tape. Oh. Maybe I should give up on the mount because it disappeared. I lost it. Did anybody see where it went? Oh, it's hiding under the screws. I don't want to damage the board. It's too big for the board. I could go down a size, maybe? No. M1.7. No. M2. Of course I don't have M25. It's fine. We'll live. We'll just double-sided tape it. What are you gonna do? I probably have screws that'll work in a like a parts bin, but we spent too much time on this already. All right, let's get the heat sink back on. And start reassembling. And then I can solder the cables back. I'll have a better idea of where the soldering needs to go for, or the cable length. Which way do you go? This way. Just press that into the power supply. Okay. Get the soldering iron kind of out of the way for the moment. Screws. Screwdriver. I think we're okay. I hope we're okay with this. Kind of put them in diagonal from each other, and then we'll tighten them all down when they're
I'm
in
clean
there.
now.
Oh, you're clean. Don't worry, I couldn't smell you. Okay. I don't know how clean you actually are, because I know people who get in the shower and they don't actually use soap. And a lot of people use really stupid, bad soap. So... clean is a relative term, depending on who you talk to. I've had roommates...
Well, I was in there for 45 minutes.
45 minutes in water. I mean, water is a solvent, but
XD.
It's not that good. I don't think anybody's technically clean unless they use Dr. Bronner's. Sorry. There's probably some other soaps, but I just can't stand the smell of most soap.
LOL.
Only Dr. Bronner's peppermint or unscented, the baby unscented. Then I'll call you clean. All right, let's get these all the way in.
I can't use anything with scent.
Exactly. The peppermint I can do. Beautiful. We are assembled. We are soldered. We've slack. How does this thing go back together?
It's all Cetaphil for me.
Cetaphil? I don't know what Cetaphil is. Is that a brand? Try Dr. Bronner's. Try the baby, the sensitive skin baby one. It's okay. So with the top cover, this thing is gonna kind of pinch the cables. So what we have to do is bend this out like this. Then we can take some tweezers and try to kind of like, I'll do it up here, because bend it back down. And then we're going to fish these cables through there. Cetaphil. Why aren't you going all the way down? Okay. What is happening here? What is it getting caught in? That side's good. It's the side with the soldering that won't go down. Is it this piece, plastic piece? Huh. It could be. Maybe I have to trim that. It's just plastic. Let me trim it. Yep, that thing was interfering with the cable. Just couldn't get a good pressure. Hello! You can't get near mint stuff. Acid reflux is usually caused by excess carbohydrates in the diet. So maybe try carnivore for a bit. Oh, it still won't go all the way down. So it wasn't that. Thanks for the follow, Duo. Is this heatsink up a little bit?
It's gone now.
Well, that's good. Excess carbohydrates also cause diabetes, insulin resistance, and all kinds of other problems.
But
So I
mint
still
was a
recommend
case
it.
salty.
Try the Dr. Bronner's, the baby. It's good. What is keeping me from putting this down? I am so confused. Oh, there we go. It was just that bent thing. I didn't have to trim it, but that's okay. Not gonna hurt anything. I don't think. Okay, now we can start putting the screws back in. Alright, let's do... Do we have to do the fan first? I should clean this. Okay. Is it gonna work when I put it back together? I guess there's always a risk. So if I were to use one of these mounts, it would go here. I guess I could still kind of technically use it. And the Pico would sit in there. It's just not going to be secure. Yeah, I'm just going to double-sided tape it. I'll try to print a new mount at some point in the future. So the wires could be shorter actually if it was mounted here, but since we're going to mount it probably in the front. I'll leave them long for now. Alright, let's screw it back together, huh? Why do Nintendo consoles have to have 1,000,000 screws? That's one question I have for Nintendo. This is not as bad as the Wii, but they always have to have so many screws. No, soldering iron, stay on, stay on. I'm almost gonna use you. Oh, I'm excited. The trick to installing screws, I'm going to say this a lot if you watch my streams, but the trick to installing screws is to reverse them first. Go in the opposite direction until they kind of fall into place. You'll feel it click, or sometimes you can hear it, and then that lets you know that you're in the thread, and then you can start putting it in. Sometimes, like this one, it's really hard to tell. I might have done that one badly, but sometimes the things are misaligned a little bit. It can be hard to tell. But for anything that's going into plastic, let's see if I can get you guys a good sound. Here. Listen carefully. I'll turn that up. So, I'll turn it backwards first. I've got to get it in there. Hold on. There, you hear that? I'll do it again. Right there. Clicked. So that means I'm in the thread. And I can go in now. One screw at a time. You shouldn't have to force it. I mean, there'll be a little bit of torque you'll have to use. Obviously, it's a screw. But if it feels like you're really struggling, you got to put a lot more pressure. You're not in the thread. Where did I not put screws in? There's 4 more. 5 more. Oh, shit. Of course. I have to pop the fan off again. There's a screw underneath the fan, like right here. Of course. There's probably screws under there, too. I'm big dumb. I thought I had to put the fan on first. Yeah, there's screws under there. I'm getting really lucky and they're going right in. Not this one. This one might not be in right, but it wasn't going in anyway. The fan goes in last. Oh god, it's getting so hot in here. I'm super sweaty now. I don't even sweat this much when I work out. That's not true. I do sweat this much when I work out. Nothing's as bad as the sauna. The sauna is just like, oh my god. I mean, I love the sauna. It's not a negative statement. I just mean I sweat really badly in the sauna. Which is what you're supposed to do. Sweat really badly. It's a sauna. Actually, love it. Is this gonna work? The last 2 things we have to do is solder to the Pico. Mount it. So now I gotta solder the points to the Pico. So I'm just gonna follow the diagram and you guys will have to trust me. So we'll start with blue. So the blue cable is our GP4. These can be a little bit longer. We're not going to need any flux for this. There should be enough in the solder. So we're just going to tin the wire. So GP4 is 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right now, right next to the B under boost select. So it's this guy. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually kind of stick it in and wrap it around like that. So the cable's kind of wrapped around the hole, and there's like a solder point, half a via, I don't know what to call it, right there. And then we're just going to solder it down. Like that. So now that one is soldered in and it's looped around. We can trim off this little piece sticking up here with some flush cutters. That should be very good. The next cable is the one right under that is our pink cable. So that's our purple. So let's strip it. Then we will tin it. So this is GP5, it's the hole right underneath. Oh, it frayed a little bit. So let's try to twist it. Tin it again. Go through the hole, wrap it over. Get a little closer for you guys here. And then we'll just solder it in. And we'll trim off that excess. Beautiful. So that's our first two wires done. GP6 and 7 is our brown cable, and that goes to 2. So we skip 1, and then we go down 2 more, and we actually need to connect it between these 2. So strip the cable so it's a little bit longer. Give it a quick twist. Tin it up. So we're going to come through 1. grab some tweezers and see if we can get this to go through the other via. Like that. This is not easy. I had it in there for like right away, but now it won't go in. There we go. Oh, it came out. Maybe I made it too short. Tug on it a little bit. This is rough. I could just solder it across. There we go, I got it. Oh, grab it. Grab it. Twist it up. Yes, that's what I wanted. So I got it going through this hole, coming back into this hole, and then kind of twisted back up and around here so we can solder right there. Whew. Easy, right? Some spent flux. If I use some flux paste, that would help, but that looks good. I think I'm going to need some solder wick. Just to kind of clear off that pad next to it. I just want to make sure there's no bridge. Dip that into some flux paste. That's better. Okay. Okay. Oh, shoot. Did I do the wrong two? Of course I did. Of course I did. I needed to go down one. Okay. Well, then we solder wick it out. It was practice. That's all. Let's practice. Just wick this off. It's just practice. That's all. We were half right. Alright, let's just cut this so we can pull that out and start over. Sad. Can't believe I did that. Of course I did. Where's the trimmers? Mistakes were made. It happens. Happens to everybody. See if we can get this cable. We gotta get this out so it won't bridge it. There we go. There we go. Error corrected. Somewhat. Let's try this again. I want a little more than that. It's kind of hard to do last time. Let's make our life easy. If we can. Alright, let's tin the wire. Okay. This time, we skip one, and then we go in. Oh, making it longer was the right decision. That was so much easier. Holy crap. Beautiful. Alright, let's just solder it in. Oh. I must use the black wire to as the solder. Beautiful. I think this side could use a lot more solder. Beautiful. War, 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 war. Okay. 2 more cables. We're getting there. My back's starting to hurt though. After I do these cables, we'll give her a boot. See if it works. Okay, so this is the ground cable. Ground cable goes Is it 2 from the bottom? 3 from the bottom. One, two, three. That should be our ground. It says ground. Oh, look, they're labeled on the back side. Oh, that would have made things so much easier. GP4 and 5. Correct. GP6 and 7. Correct. Okay, well, now I won't make the mistake next time. I've never used a Pico before. It's nice that they're labeled. They're not labeled on the front side, so I was looking at the front because that's what the picture is on the board here. So ground, we got to solder in that ground cable. Right here. Okay, one more cable. The red one. 3V3. 3 volt. And that is 3V3. Tin our cable up. Shake, shake it. Shake, shake it. Can we come through the 3v3? It's a little thick. Shake, shake it. There we go. Let's bend it around. See if we can tack it down. Oh, I can just get it on there. Beautiful. Soldering is done. I can turn the soldering iron off. Hopefully. Hopefully. Now we have to prep the SD card. And I need to mount it. So I think we're going to do... Just going to mount it here. With some tape, double-sided tape. Which I actually don't have, so I'll have to use some electrical tape for now. Well, if we're going to do that, maybe I should just electrically tape it into the back of the bracket. I could just tape it here. It's not like it's going to get tossed around. And we could just screw right through the tape. Well, it's MacGyvered, but should work. Okay. Let's reassemble. Test. Oh, you know what? I never cleaned the flux off of it. Should be okay, though. It's on this side. Let's give it a spritz. It will survive. Okay, we gotta put the back on. Now when you put the top on, you need to leave the lid open, so you don't break the button for the lid ejector. There's a lid sensor, and if you put it on with the lid closed, it could actually damage the sensor. So there we go. Now we can reassemble the bottom. Gamebit driver. There's an M.2 board coming, which is crazy. Imagine an M.2 NVMe drive. Depending on how much that is, I'll probably get it anyway if it's a reasonable price at some point. For now, the SP2.
You're getting so close.
I know. It's together. Okay. One of the things we have to do, though, real quick, is I have to put what's it called? Swiss on the SD card, because it's on my other SD card. Since I was using a memory card SD adapter, I was booting to that off of that, so Swiss wasn't on this card. So what we have to do is just download Swiss and get it on this card. So here's all my games on the card. Oh, Swiss is on here. No, that's the INI. Okay, GameCube Swiss. Let's download the latest version. I also want to download the Game Boy, the GBI, and we'll put that as b.doll so that I can launch straight into the Game Boy Advanced, the Game Boy interface. So GameCube Swiss.
I have to take off soon to get set up.
Yeah, you have a good stream, sir. I may see you there. Once I test this and I know it's all working.
Ty.
I'm probably not going to be streaming much longer after we make sure this works. Because my back, I just can't sit here. Oh, I got to go into the releases. That's what it is. Swiss 4 days ago. Updated 4 days ago. Wow. Let's get the 7-zip folder. And
Yeah, make sure to let me know if it worked.
we're about to find out too. So I need the doll. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Let's go back. Let's open the Macho Nacho video again.
Hold the boot SEL button while plugging it into the computer through the down in the video description. This video is well. Here you should find a DOL.
Okay, the Swiss. Yep, this is right. I'm pretty sure you just put it on the root.
Named Swiss. Once it's pasted there, we're gonna go ahead.
Oh, I gotta put the whole folder over there as well. Okay, let's do that. Take a week off because of. Yeah. Oh, dude, I know. Tell me about it. Yeesh. So let's put the whole Swiss folder. Then we're going to grab this. Drag it in. Then we have to rename it.
And rename it to IPL.dol.
Yes. IPL.
At this point, you can go ahead and copy over some.
That should be it. Okay. Let me eject it. Let's put it back in the PS2. This side, this outside, this face inside. Gotta read. Let's put the cover back on. Oh, you know what? I want to put. We're not done. GBI, Game Boy interface GameCube. Download main package. It's already on there. I just want to move the doll. GBI doll. I should probably just update it as well since we're here. Let's move these in here and replace. Then GBI.doll. We paste it back out here. I think I can call this B.doll and it will work. We'll find out. Alright, now we can actually test. Okay, let's get set up. That's what we want. Let's put the console all back together with the Game Boy Advance interface. We're almost there. Less than 5 minutes. Just gotta plug it all back in. Grab my Wavebird. Give it a test. Here we go. And there's no power. Savage. Did I break my GameCube, guys? Actually, it doesn't seem like it's all the way back together properly. So maybe something's just not plugged in right. Now we get to troubleshoot. I was really certain that was going to work. This wasn't even that hard of a mod. Can't assume anything. This is almost why you don't put it all back together before you test, huh? Well, let's take it back apart. I'll test it while it's apart, just to see. Something's weird. Could be just a cable isn't all the way in. Okay, which screw is not coming out here? I don't know anything about this mod, like creating a short. Not really sure. Oh, duh. I never plugged the fan and this board back in. So of course it's not turning on. Okay, let's hope that that's all it was. It probably was just that. That makes sense. Oh, gotta open the tray. I'm like, did I break my GameCube? No. No, I did not. Probably not. Probably didn't break my GameCube. Probably. So, whew. I thought maybe those cables weren't plugged in. Thankfully, that's all it was. Hopefully. I'm hopeful that's all it was. Am I missing a screw? Oh, I see it. It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling when you mod a console and you go to plug it in and it doesn't work. It's because I had to take the fan board out to put those screws in. Scared me. It did scare me. It scared me. Okay, we should be good. Hopefully. What's a good mod stream without some suspense? Some actual suspense. I don't have the LED, so the front board might not be plugged in right. No signal. I do have power, though. Yes! Okay, we're halfway there. It does work, except the controller port's not lighting up, and the LED on it's not lighting up. So maybe the cable's a little bit loose. I whacked it in kind of fast. So that shouldn't be too bad of a fix. Get this out. I almost can't win, huh? Janky little ribbon cable. It does turn on, and it booted right in, so the mod's working, and the console does work. It is not broken. This front board is what is acting up. Yeah, it's not in all the way. Easy fix. It's just kind of hard to get my fat fingers like in there. Okay. So the mod's working. Oop, let's open this. It's gonna work. I'm putting it back together. The ribbon cable was obviously halfway plugged in. Was not in right. focused on trying to get the soldering in the Pico that the reassembly kind of took a backseat in my mind. Took it for granted. Gotta check every cable, every connection. I've never taken a GameCube apart before, so with consoles that I've taken apart a bunch of times, you know, it's a much more kind of comfortable experience. So I'm obviously gonna make more mistakes since this is my first time inside here. Okay. Game Boy player back on. I think it's gonna work this time. I have a good feeling about it. Big reveal. Of course, my Wavebird needs batteries. Oh, somebody turned the heat down. Or my Wavebird needs cleaning. Battery contacts don't seem that bad. Let's clean it anyway. Oh, do we need to repair the Wavebird? Maybe. It's on now. Channel 8. Huh. Okay, well, I think the Wavebird's either broken or the receiver's not lighting up. So what I'm going to do is just grab a regular GameCube controller. Why would the Wavebird receiver not be working? Let's try channel 1. Well, the Wavebirds doesn't work, but this does look like it is working. So let's try loading a game. Soul Reaver. I get these are the bins. Can't really see. Let's try Wind Waker. Oh, I should have put it on 480p. I could force it. Yes. There we go. Do we have sound? Well, we don't have sound, but that's okay. That's a different problem. There we go. It works. It's the wrong aspect ratio, but it works. It works. Now we gotta figure out why the Wavebird's not working. That's gonna be another stream. Maybe tomorrow. I'll have to watch some videos to see if there's anybody who's fixed them, because it's just not turning on. I could try plugging it into the Switch. I have the USB GameCube adapter thing. I know it works there. I also know it works in my GameCube, but it's not getting power. So I'll have to do some research on that. And we will see. Okay. Well, it works. It wasn't without its trials, but we got through it. There's some good stuff here. Let's go raid Artie, since he was so gracious to hang out with us. today. All right, friends. Thank you. I'll be back probably tomorrow, and we will do some more soldering projects. Maybe I'll fix the Wavebird unless I fix it off stream. I'll tell you what I did to fix it. What else? Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of other soldering projects I want to do. This one's awesome. I'm glad we got my GameCube all modded up. Now we just need the fan mod. So I'll do that in the future when I get the fan. So bye. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.